one reckless decision nearly obliterated my existence. A tyrannical HOA president, Cassandra Vale, banned me from dredging my family's 150-year-old ranch pond, claiming it tarnished the neighborhood's pristine image. She stormed my gate repeatedly, wielding threats of fines and spreading lies that I was poisoning the ecosystem. For 3 grueling months, I was under surveillance, my reputation shredded in their vicious newsletters, and I teetered on the edge of losing my great-grandfather's legacy to escape her torment. Then I uncovered a secret she'd buried about her own land, a subtle oversight that cut through my property like a hidden blade. That discovery didn't just end her crusade, it handed me a choice sharper than any lawsuit. One call, one truck, a few tons of concrete, and the right moment flipped the game. Since that day, her perfect suburb has withered under an inexplicable drought. No one could have predicted that hiring an excavator to maintain a pond would ignite a war. My name's Ethan Caldwell, though folks call me Cal. At 35, I inherited a 40-hectare ranch from my great-grandfather, working remotely for a tech firm. The ranch, once surrounded by endless plains, centers on Willow Pond, a vast, spring-fed marvel dug in 1874. It's not just water for the cat lights, the soul of everything my great-grandfather built, a testament to resilience. He'd sit on the handcrafted dock, teaching me to honor the land and fight for what's right. When he passed 5 years ago, he left me the ranch and a duty to protect it. 2 years ago, Oak Ridge Estates erupted across my eastern fence, luxury homes worth millions, their stone facades blending with the landscape. The trouble wasn't the houses but their owners, led by Cassandra Vale, the HOA's iron-fisted president. Warning signs came early, letters about community aesthetics, and calls urging me to consider my ranch's impact on their property values. I brushed them off, thinking their reach stopped at my gate. I was wrong. Last August, after a parched summer, the pond grew murky, algae choking its edges. The cattle struggled, and dredging became urgent. I'd done it twice before, standard maintenance, like mending fences. I hired Alvarez Construction, set for a Tuesday start, expecting a quick job. That morning, as I sipped coffee on my porch, the roar of an excavator rolled in. Miguel Alvarez waved from the cab, and I pointed out the shallow end for sediment removal. Then came the screech of a Mercedes SUV tearing down my dirt road. Cassandra Vale stepped out, her auburn hair gleaming, her voice sharp enough to slice steel. At 50, she carried the confidence of someone who'd already won. "Mr. Caldwell, you're violating our environmental guidelines," she declared, thrusting a folder at me. "Cease this immediately." Stunned, I explained this was my land, my pond, routine work. She countered with claims of groundwater risks and shared visual resources, citing laws I'd never heard of. Miguel, wary of permit trouble, shut down his machine. Cassandra's shark-like smile widened as he left, leaving me with papers that felt like a battle cry. Her 48-hour ultimatum launched 3 months of hell. Her documents, dense with legal jargon, referenced obscure ordinances and visual impact protocols. Doubting myself, I paused the dredging and sought answers. My neighbor, Amos Reed, a 78-year-old rancher, confirmed my family's ancient water rights, backed by 1874 claims in a weathered envelope. Armed with proof, I faced the HOA board in their sleek community center. Cassandra presided, flanked by 6 members, her presence commanding. She flashed doctored photos of my pond, murky, algae-clogged, with dead fish and oily sheen claiming toxic contamination. My historical documents were dismissed. She threatened a $2.5 million lawsuit, citing a past victory against a resort. I left, realizing this was no misunderstanding but a calculated ambush. Her campaign exploded online. Doctored images flooded social media, branding me an ecological villain. Facebook posts screamed of contaminated water threatening children. TikTok influencers called me a corporate polluter, ironic for my small ranch. Strangers sent hate mail, and environmental groups threatened lawsuits. A board member, Ellen Harper, whispered warnings about Cassandra's history of crushing descent fence disputes, mailbox colors, even an 80-year-old oak felled for regulations. She hinted at Cassandra's controlling nature, rooted in a messy divorce and a need to dominate. Then I found a GPS tracker under my truck, its blinking light chilling my blood. This wasn't a dispute, it was stalking. A lawsuit followed, naming me in a $90,000 environmental nuisance case tied to Cassandra's secret firm, Vale Properties LLC. She owned lots next to my ranch, poised to profit if I sold under pressure. A councilman, Victor Klein, her old law school ally, slapped a 50-foot exclusion zone around my pond, barring me from my own land. My cattle suffered, and water deliveries drained my savings. My attorney, Rachel Kim, warned that Cassandra's deep pockets could outlast me. Digging deeper, I hired PI Nathan Cole with my last $5,000. He uncovered a 1987 survey error. Oak Ridge's waterline illegally crossed my land, a fact Cassandra hid to dodge easement fees. I offered a deal easement for peace, but she retaliated with criminal charges, accusing me of plotting to poison their water. A TV news segment painted me as a terrorist, twisting my email into a threat. My job vanished, my mortgage defaulted, and Cassandra offered $400,000 for my ranch off fraction of its worth. A deputy friend, Tyler Brooks, tipped me off. The county planned to seize my land Monday via eminent domain. I had 48 hours. At dawn, I called engineer Lena Torres to mark the waterline's valve. By noon, I ordered concrete, claiming a barn foundation. Ellen signaled Cassandra's absence. She was at a spa retreat. At 4 a.m. Sunday, with Amos standing guard, I poured concrete into the valve, blocking Oak Ridge's water without damaging Ida's legal move on my soil. By 6 a.m., their faucets ran dry. Residents panicked, lawns withered, and property values tanked. Cassandra's Mercedes roared in. By 3 p.m., her composure shattered. She demanded access, waving flimsy papers. I calmly requested easement proof, leaving her speechless. The media flipped, exposing the illegal waterline. Lena's testimony revealed $600,000 in damages owed to me. Klein resigned amid scandal. Cassandra faced fraud charges. Her neighbors sued. Her empire crumbled. In our final meeting, she broke, mentioning her son's drowning, a tragedy fueling her obsession. I chose mercy, $100,000 for my losses, a public apology, and a $100,000 donation to a drowning prevention fund in her son's name. 6 months later, my pond gleamed, easements legalized, and Cassandra, in therapy, faded from power. Sitting on my great-grandfather's dock, I knew he'd approve not just of the win, but of the compassion. Justice, served with mercy, outshines revenge. Truth and grit can topple even the craftiest tyrants, proving some fights are worth waging.